There was a lot that I put up with in just 2 years of being with him. I mean, he was putting his hands on me and we weren't even together anymore. You know, he just got mad one day because he found out I was dating. We were still living together because we were trying to figure out, you know, how to separate everything.
Right.
We weren't sleeping in the same bed for months. And when he found out that I finally was like moving on and, you know, taking those steps towards like seeing other people, I'll never forget it. He came home, it was 4 a.m. He came busting in the door and he choked me out. You know, I had to call the police. It was really dark. It got really dark. It got really bad. And all I kept thinking was, I don't deserve this, and my daughter doesn't deserve to grow up seeing a man put their hands on her, because that's exactly what she's going to grow up thinking that is okay. The only reason why I put up with it is because I watched my mom go through the same thing. So I'm like, oh, well, you know, here I am making excuses. He's young. You know, he's upset today. You know, he's going through a lot. The media, they're so mean to him. Like, no, I could do it. I could save him. To the point where it was at my own detriment.
That opening clip is Phelan Pena, all right? And she's discussing her relationship with her baby daddy, Jalen Banks, who was a young man, at least 9 years younger than her. And this is a lady that has a lot of kids, one by him, and she's talking about how abusive she was, or how abusive he was in the relationship. Now, remember, he came out recently and said that she groomed him. Let me play that clip.
So let's get into it, Jalen.
I want to ask you, because we all have the TV view of how you guys connected in the first place. Talk to us about how you and her connected in an intimate relationship, because remember on my other show, I said something about being the pool boy. Mm-hmm. Let us know how this thing first began.
I was groomed.
What do you mean by that?
It's a narcissist. Mm-hmm. She groomed me and got me together with telling me like he's doing this to me, and I felt sad for her. And being a friend, that's what narcissists do. Mm-hmm. They groom you, and that's just how it happened. And right there, that's when I knew I was in love with it. Like, right, and it was too late to turn back.
So in response, she goes on to Baller Alert and she's talking about how abusive he is in a relationship. So I don't know really who to believe, and it's not my responsibility to believe any one of them. But let's just say, for example, if this is true, he was abusive or he tried to choke her out once the relationship got over. Let's say that's the truth. And it's wrong if the young man did that, for sure. But here's what I want to deal with. Are you not the same woman that was married to another man? And then as the man you were married to, because you have multiple kids by multiple men, you ended up getting pregnant by this young man. And then as you got pregnant by this young man, you're complaining about him being abusive after he complained to you about being a groomer. But all of this could have been solved if you were not cheating on your husband, okay? All of this cannot be solved, all right? If you're cheating on your husband, that's it, all right? You were cheating on your husband with this guy. Now all of a sudden you're acting like holier than thou. You're acting like this. You're acting like that. All of this. All right? That's the situation. It's the situation. And I'm just going to be very clear. I'm never going to say you deserve what you got, but at what point did you not put yourself in a situation by cheating on your husband? A rich husband, a husband that was taking care of your other kids, and then you have the nerve to like cry when your husband gets married to somebody else. Now you've moved on to somebody else, so you have another baby daddy, okay? Then you moved on, all right, to somebody else, all right? Moved on to somebody else. This is the issue that these ladies are having, like, oh, you don't want to have your daughter see some man disrespect you. I get that, but aren't you the same lady that you're disrespecting some man? Are you not? Again, I'm sorry. Okay, that's the situation. Okay, that's the situation. And I really want people to understand how delusional these ladies are. Crazy. Crazy, insane, some of them. It's not making no sense what they're talking about. You went from a millionaire who I understand treated you nice to a young guy who didn't have nothing. Now you're bounced to another guy. You keep bouncing from guy to guy. Don't matter who you deal with. You're the problem. Okay? You're the problem. In a relationship, you're the problem. And we need to understand that you're the problem. And that's what I'm talking about. And it's ridiculous. These people think that, oh, well, he's jealous because I'm moving on. Moving on to do what? All you're going to do is the same thing you've been doing, which is nothing. The whole time is, if you would have stayed married, because you see, the thing about it was this. The first guy you married for money, you didn't really marry him because you wanted to be with him, right? You didn't marry him because you wanted to be with him. You married him because of the fact, listen to what I'm talking about. You married him because you wanted some money and to be taken care of. You didn't love the guy. The second guy, you probably liked him because he had good looks and you were more attracted to him, but he didn't have any substance. Now you're moving on to somebody else. And this is why you think about, like, I don't know, it's hard to, let me just say this. I know that women have to be taught to do certain things, but man, it's just so bad. Like, I'm just gonna be real as a man, you're putting up with somebody like her. Imagine this woman is coming from all kind of bad experiences, all kind of terrible relationships, and then you're responsible for like no man of any age can deal with her. Just imagine being a young man and this is who you got to deal with. Like, this is who you need to bring up to a certain level of standard. And it's I mean, how much pain do you have? How much pain do you have to deal with something like this? It got to be a lot. Got to be a lot. Okay? Like, just imagine the struggle you go through dealing with people like this. Crazy. It's crazy. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. I'm out.